Oh, welcome back. It's the second half of the trial.
Hello, I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up.
Yeah, that would be, that's a mood right there. That's a mood.
True mood. True mood.
My heart's thumping like crazy.
We are a rabbit.
I can feel my left arm. Oh well, I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeah!
Yeah, that's a spirit.
But be careful that your batteries don't run out for, various reasons.
Keeping in mind, this was originally on a Vita.
Oh.
Just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
That's the one
you got a
thing.
bunch of people in here with an anxiety disorder. Trust me, we say frequently.
Yeah, we won't have one of those Danganronpa 1 things happen again. You remember the one.
We're not going to talk about that.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon.
We're totally taking Nagito's word on this.
Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Is it really all right to accept the situation so easily?
Kind of what you have to do.
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekamaru's murderer?
Oh, right.
But what's really
That's
important is do we have more red bean bread and milk?
That sounds really good.
Was it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, Huh?
The fact that I just agreed with that is not we're not talking about that.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment.
Is exactly what a liar would say.
I don't want to die either.
He says that all the time.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
Thank you, Fuyuhiko.
He's right. There was a time where I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
That remark.
Yeah, it means...
I'm disappointed too, If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder.
Thank you, Gundam.
Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such action.
What's happening over there? Oh, yep, there is, yep. There's our princess throwing her panties.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekamaru as fast as we can.
Gundam would throw his back, but
Just
of
so
course
you
we
know.
have them, so...
It's not like I'm getting hungry or anything,
Akane, you're drooling waterfalls.
I feel like we've been here already.
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. No idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
Dropped an elevator on them. Dropped a building on them.
How they killed Nekamaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first. Don't you think?
Broken robo-heart.
Nekamaru's cause of death, huh?
The Wizard of Oz. Not giving him a heart.
Robo-cancer.
He was horribly damaged.
Robo-cancer.
As if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building's structure.
Too much soda.
Roberculosis.
Oh no!
Ooh. He fell! So what was Nekamaru's cause of death? It also utilized the building's structure falling.
Yeah!
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling.
In love.
In lava?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected,
In lava, yes.
then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekamaru to die by falling.
Let me get this straight. So Nekamaru fell in love with some lava, and then he fell in the lava that he was in love with. Oh. What a convoluted way
Basically
to
how
die.
Vader was born?
That's true.
Wait, so he fell in as Gollum and came out as Darth Vader?
Ah, that tracks.
Something like that.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where did they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make up things when you do not know the method.
Kind of all we have.
Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
Probably in the tower, since that's where we found his body.
It might be possible in the tower.
Since that's where we found his body.
Since that's where they found his body in the first place. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator's on the 1st floor. Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Ha! Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
Better not be him.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
It's not just the
hungry.
tapeworm.
But it is a little of the tapeworm.
If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from?
Behind.
I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident. I
Behind.
need to solve that mystery next.
Hooray, gameplay!
Woohoo!
Everybody's got allergies today, so you'll have
It's
to bear
rough.
with us.
It's rough. Let's start with the broken doorknob.
Seems
Yeah.
worse.
But a lot of this stuff is.
Yeah,
It's hard to know when we don't know for sure what they're talking about yet.
when the elevator's on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor, huh? It'd be impossible to shove the victim from up
Well,
there.
damn it.
Then how about this? After Mekamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object
Oh.
inside, the other door won't open. And there's no way there could be a not moving object, which is why elevator something moved either. Wouldn't have?
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
I didn't see what he said, but I can make it clear Nekomaru fell to his death. Looks like it's all up to me. Quick coughing break.
Everybody likes to cough from time to time. That was the extent of my coughing song, guys.
good. That was
Did you
nice.
like it? Did you like it?
Well, copyright it. Put it
Okay.
put it on the internet.
The webs.
We're gonna be on the internet?
Zune?
The elevator's on the 1st floor.
What's the name of the
Not gonna-
Zune music
Possible to
service,
shove up the
Zune?
victim from up there.
Was it
How
just
about
Microsoft
this?
Music? I don't remember.
Mekamaru moved the elevator and made the
Hang
drop.
on, is Kazuichi singing something here? Moving object. Moving.
Rrrr.
Oh, like a chikao.
Like a chicao. Wow, wow. Mo, mo.
That sensor should only work if something is moving.
Nailed it.
What do you mean moving?
Nice.
If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator wouldn't have noticed him, right?
It's a good thing he shared that with everyone for no reason.
Yeah, I see. So that's how.
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from, yes?
No. Oh, yes.
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Yeah, he's got an interrupter.
Silence, pest!
Oh, she's talking Kazuichi, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Now you're calling me a pest? Yeah, no. No one would talk to Chiaki that
Yeah, I'm
way.
like, why are you saying to the
I was
Chiaki?
trying
It's
to figure out
totally
what-
random.
A way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be?
Reverse black hole.
A white hole?
A white hole.
There we go.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
Like Ikebana.
Like you could buy what?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Is it about time you went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
doorknob on the floor seems
That's the
suspicious.
one.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest.
But wait, he was
Don't be so cold.
Yeah.
What if I start to enjoy it?
Again. This is the dude who murders people. Ugh.
That should just be posted outside of his door. This is the dude who murders people.
If Nekomaru is inside the elevator, how do you create a difference in elevation? You know he's got his own incel thread.
How do you create a difference in elevation in an elevator? Was literally the question he just asked.
Is it a ladder? Or
Pillars.
Oil on the floor.
Doorknob on the floor.
No?
Oh, I don't know. I guess not.
I thought the doorknob might have something to do with it, but I don't really know how.
Oh,
You should stop saying things that don't make sense and think about this more seriously.
Are we supposed to... Oh, no, you can't do that. Never mind. I was going to say, are we supposed to grab what Chiaki's saying and shoot one of the agreements, but you can't agree
But that, yeah,
with a stolen bullet, so that's not it.
yeah. So it's not broken. Well, so broken doorknob is not broken. Does not agree with broken doorknob. So what else might agree with broken doorknob?
looks like I made a mistake. Should think this over one more time.
Chain with broken doorknob?
Chain was what tied him up.
Oh, chain was tied him up. Yeah.
Tipped over pillar?
Wire was what tore him up. Chain was what wrapped the other one.
Wire was what tore him up.
Yes. We should really
I-
tort reform. I don't know.
So, do we agree with pillar? Do we agree with oil on the floor?
I think it's still
Oh,
chain.
sorry.
I think it's still doorknob.
I think it's still doorknob. I think it's just a different. We're just not getting it right.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Kazuichi here. Whoa.
Huh.
No, we want to shoot broken doorknob with wire.
Oh, you want to shoot?
No, I don't think it's wire. I think it's got to be a different one. What else do we have? No, I think it might be right. I think wire's the best one we've got.
To shoot broken doorknob?
Yeah.
Because if you recall, there were scratches on the broken doorknob. And what caused those scratches?
All right.
Yeah.
We agree.
Ooh, Fuyuhiko has consented with Hajime.
No, not again.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on
I
it?
know, I just said that.
That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop.
A noose. Foot noose.
The elevator moved while that
There you
loop
go,
part
foot noose.
hung from the doorknob.
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Briefly.
Upside hanging.
Huh?
Killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
Is a bubble coming out of his nose?
That's it's a Japanese sleeping visual.
Oh.
Yeah, you
But
know, it's
he's a
like the
robot.
sleepy Chiaki thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
That's right. He was so well hung, kind of like.
You better not finish that sentence! Good!
Good.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves.
Remember that? I do.
Oh.
By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Hey, shut up.
I have to be slashy.
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Why?
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because even if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Slashy, slashy.
Slashy slash. Wait.
I think it's going to be tipped over pillar or clock's alarm timer.
Could be.
I think clock's alarm timer
clock's
is for
alarm
the clock in the tower. And
So radio clock.
is Nekomaru's clock.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think radio
Even
clock
if they something from a wire, how would they something? There's something.
Nowhere
There's
tower.
no way they could view that.
Well, how did I run out of cuts that fast?
Because they were all dying in one cut, so that's probably the trick to this particular version, is you gotta just get them all in
Oh.
one cut apiece.
Oh,
I agree
gotcha.
with what Kazuichi was wondering. It seems certainly a difference in elevation inside of the towers. Nekomaru. Find the answer and counter Kazuichi's remarks.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from wire, how are they making the wire fall? There's no way the tower would push him off. There's no way that they could build something.
Advance!
Doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own. I think it is the radio clock.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Uh,
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode.
oh,
I thought that was right. What the hell are you even saying? Heck, I'm not the type of coward who'd get thrown off by a messed up remark like that.
There's no use, I can't cut through his rebuttal. This I need to think through one more time.
Fell on his own.
Clock's alarm
Still
timer.
been asleep, but there's no way he could do it himself. Hey, you want a big... But in that case, you would still be able to move with the elevator Nekomaru. It's something and something.
I forgot to shoot it with the right thing. Hold on, thanks to Kazuichi, I think I figured out how the killer dropped Nekomaru.
We know we used it, but what are you talking about?
You'll break through Kazuichi's remarks, too.
Nekomaru fell on his own? Should have been in sleep mode. Okay.
Right.
I was
Ah.
just flat out wrong about
Audrey
what that
was
clue
right.
Yeah.
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
Something wacky? What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
That way that you were present when he was telling us about it.
I don't remember.
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right?
Right?
I mean, I would. Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off.
And take the doorknob with it.
In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer, too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I shall use my full power!
Fair?
With a fierce cough, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But
Clatter, 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 clatter.
Allergies are rough.
not yet. Here it comes. The incredible strength of 1 million horsepower. I'm not doing that. Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. That's really what it was. And that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah, it appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
My God.
No. I believe you gave it your all.
Hey! Why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this.
So, thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
Doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor.
Pillar time!
The only moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the thing that happened to him was he collided with the pillar.
He ran out of
Oh, but
battery.
And cola
Cola
came out
did
of his
come out
eyes.
of
That's
his
also
eyes.
true. When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So, that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See? I told you the pillar is the weapon. My gut was totally right.
It was.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there... Hold on, baby gangster.
Aw.
Stop calling me baby gangster.
Aw.
What did you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.? You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left the Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there,
We wish.
if we found Monokuma's body there, that would be odd too. It would have been before the 7:30 alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. Like a baby hippopotamus.
Ew.
Yes.
Like that one scene in Ace Ventura 2.
Oh, yes. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7 a.m.? Are you a chronomancer?
Probably.
That's what I want to know. Am I a chronomancer?
Probably.
Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Oh, trust me, you can. Yeah, no, that's why I've got tissues. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth.
Just a little more.
There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction.
Bucka, 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 bucka.
Now sounds like a good time for radio clock.
You think? Not wall clock?
Well, let's see what they say.
That's-
It's
yeah,
hard
it
to
could be
say
either one,
without
yeah.
actually seeing what the shootables are. Shootables? Nice.
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m. I am certain.
The alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed up with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it! Radio clock, last one.
Yeah. That caused Nekomaru's death. It rang at 7:30 a.m. But we discovered his body before 7 a.m. Crush one possibility at a time if I'm going to break through this
Crush
contradiction.
them!
Like bugs.
This is how Hajime the supervillain is birthed. And he becomes Dr. Doom.
Nekomaru's chest.
Time of the body. Illusion.
Tampering. Nekomaru's chest.
Very good.
Maha!
Maha!
Maha's a good one. I like that.
Hajime.
Mahamana.
do 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 do.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Oh, that clock.
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with. Anybody?
Why are you being helpful all of a
Oh.
sudden?
The clock inside Grape House?
Nah, I check all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So, you really listen to me and check all the clocks?
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks are the same time displayed.
There's no possibility that the time was tampered with. Then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me. We are not lying.
Then maybe it is a misunderstanding.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock.
I always doubt clocks.
There's no mistake that something was done, but
Sneaky
what
little
was
bastards.
Hanging on the wall. What are they thinking?
Just watching us.
Just like a watch.
Like a watch.
Oh my god. Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something.
Yeah, could be.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery.
Snowboarding or...
So much about doing the snowboarding thing again.
is it...
It is.
Oh, it is! Yay! So, John, remember your duty.
Yep. Colors.
Quick reminder.
That's fair.
Jump. Brake. Accelerate. This is just not how I would have done it. So. Okay.
Press triangle, make you jump. Jump.
Man, I've heard a lot of crisscross references in the last couple of days. Woo! Woo! Oh,
Oh. It's alright. You know,
But
it's usually a
woo!
little warm up.
but woo! But woo again! None of those evil triangles.
Time in the building. Blue. Ah! A little faster this time, I think, on the...
Well, you can slow down, too, when the questions appear. And triangle. Nah, just kidding. That wasn't a triangle.
Why would you...
Good times. Good times. Uh-oh.
Oh. That I did not see as a
Yeah, I was
thing
like,
that was
oh,
about to
so when
happen
do
to
they
me.
merge back to with the oh.
This is pro strategy right here.
Yeah!
Oh,
so
come
close.
on!
Man, they start you way back, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to
Yeah,
hug the
try to,
edge
like,
there.
skirt that edge. Like when you're trying to race that penguin in Super Mario 64, and you fall off the edge, and then you try to land on the track, like lower, but then the game knows you did that, so it says you cheated. Yeah!
Yeah! That's a pros.
Do it again!
Snowboarding again.
Yeah! Oh!
All right.
Better get this right.
Blue. Oh, yellow.
Both?
Yellow. Sorry.
Yep,
No,
no, just-
blue. Sorry, blue is right.
Don't do that to me.
Yeah, sorry.
Hooray! 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 Hooray!
Hooray! Ho! Hey!
Oh, the triangles have appeared.
That was a lot of triangles.
Well, of course, Criss Cross is most well known for their song, Jump. I have to say that a little-known treasure of
Oh,
theirs
fuck.
is their song,
Stop talking.
I Missed the Bus.
Oh.
Fuck!
Yay!
We're gonna run out of
Vaguely
time.
remember it.
If you get it on this next one, I think we'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah!
Yeah. All right.
Both houses.
Blue, yellow.
Yes! We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. It's gonna be a photo finish, but I think we're gonna get there. Oh, yeah!
First time through. First
Yeah.
time through.
that.
I'm getting the hang of this.
Take that, brain triangles.
I need to bask for a moment here.
That means both. I think both of the ones this trial you got on the first try. So
I did. Hence the basking.
take that, the past. Look, John, that's called improvement. You know, like how you improved when you slowed down more frequently in the first game. Did that happen? I genuinely don't remember.
No, I think it made it worse, actually, as I recall.
We'll have to go back and check the tape.
Nah, I'm pretty sure.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks at the wrong time.
Well, listen to what my tiny snowboarding self told me.
But what if all those clocks had been messed with?
But all the clocks?
Yeah, all
Crazy,
two.
imagine.
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, all 2 clocks,
Yeah.
there's no way you'd have noticed it.
There was like 2 clocks.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all, and again, all being 2, of the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic.
Shut up, Nagito.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right. That's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. It's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go.
One go. Because the game's
We're
going
gonna
to be
play
game over if
Go?
you miss it once.
Hey, is Go a minigame?
Let's hope not.
I want to say this is Fuyuhiko's account, right?
Is that the one about the clocks?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
If the timing, though. If the timing, though. Well. Oh, nope. That's. Oh, 5 a.m.
Maybe. Yeah, that's it.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Yep.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
Only I heard when the sound fell. It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
We're going to grab things.
It's not the time to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. It does not exist in this world.
Is it him? Or should the killer just the time inside the building? How would I even figure that out? Okay, I guess it's not. That feels like a grab. No, it's an agreement.
Yeah.
Unless you grab one of the agreements to shoot 7:30, but that doesn't make any sense because the 7:30 is correct.
Yeah.
Now we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
Time of death. Clearly 7:30 a.m.
I agree.
But what was 7:30 be in our time?
Please can you just narrow that down? I've only heard the sound when he fell.
Did anyone? Okay. Might
Yeah,
be this,
plenty of people heard the sound when he fell.
Yeah, is there
Yeah.
any truth bullet related to that? Is that Akane's account?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own accounts. It's just so.
It's hard to
too
remember.
many
Like-
accounts.
And it,
No, it's tipped over. Pillar
No.
Whoops. Where did Akane's account go? Oh, it was Akane's
There we go.
account.
okay, yep.
Thanks, truth
Is he
bullets.
acting weird to you? Better be Kazuichi.
Is Gundam acting weird? I'm not sure how to answer that question.
Yeah, like I don't know how to answer that. Time of death. Clearly 7:30 a.m.
Yep.
What time would 7:30 be in our time?
Any clues that could be used to narrow that down?
Oh, no,
Whoa.
fuck!
Wow, there's a lot going on. Psychedelic. Yeah.
There we go. I consent.
Neat.
That's right, we should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise that most of us heard?
Rumbling?
Oh, I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we gathered at Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard. I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway. If we use the rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much your time was off.
So what's with Sonia?
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
So we're off by
2 hours.
14 hours.
Yes. Huh? You can tell? I instantly woke up and left my room, and that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane.
That rumbling sound we heard was at 5:30 a.m. It's like the answer to how much our time was off is literally right in front of me.
It's looking at 2 hours.
Wow.
Math!
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30. If we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30,
It's a mystery. We'll never solve it.
that means our time was off by 2 hours.
No one's mind should be blown. What did I just say?
2 hours? That much? He was starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus,
Also, no windows.
yeah, okay, I was going to say it, but just take it out of me. The funhouse has no windows, and there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they could lure out just Nekomaru.
Lure out. Only Nekomaru.
If you mess with the clocks and use a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. I presume Monokuma Tai Chi? No, only Nekomaru. Clock's alarm?
No, the clock's alarm is, let's wake him up. I think it's Monokuma Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a weird way of phrasing it.
Yeah.
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Grape Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they messed with the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
He wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
Yeah, that part.
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Gasp!
Too early! He didn't even ask you yet!
Jeez, how outrageous! I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Tai Chi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez, that's... Well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that?
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's feet? Fault?
What?
Bush?
Wrong! Too bad!
Fire? I'm right!
I've never heard of that, so I don't know.
That's not it. It's incorrect. It's Japanese.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar. You know I'm not lying. You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going to the tower? Did something else happen after that?
You talking about that alarm? Alarm? A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
No.
Is exactly what... Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at the time?
But, no, wrong, no. Math.
I remember now. The sound was so loud that I couldn't help bolting from my room, but there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who is the bastard?
It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time. Right?
I think it's Nagito?
It's Nagito, but that doesn't
Which
mean
is,
that's,
I mean,
it's wrong, but...
Yeah, we're just moving this part along.
Okay. The one who wasn't there, it's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagato wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy.
Oh god, were he and Sonia together?
Ew. You went in your room, will you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive ya.
If I may be frank,
Please don't.
I'll be Nagato Kameda then. Even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It is merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
You couldn't?
You're definitely fucking lying!
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
Are they the only ones that were sleeping in... No, they weren't the only ones
Were
sleeping
they
in the
the only
nice rooms.
ones? They were the only ones sleeping in nice rooms who were still in nice rooms, or but maybe also Chiaki. To be honest, it's not
Okay,
just
there
them.
we go. That's
The
it.
Same goes for me too.
That's the whole point behind that.
Yep.
Huh?
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all. Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know? Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is what these three have in common.
Oh, I sense a Hangman's Gambit coming up.
Could this
Oh.
also be the secret that points to the killer? Not really, but...
No.
Hangman's Gambit!
Alright, what are we looking for?
Fancy room?
Was it fancy or luxury?
Deluxe
room.
rooms.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
D is for Donald. E is for
not
everybody
a
watch
duck
the new
room.
DuckTales. L is for...
I think we're all actually a little
Let's
sad.
all
It's
go
not
with
duck rooms.
duck rooms.
Woo!
Oh,
you
you
want the L.
better watch out.
I know, but I was trying to get it out of the way.
Oh, we're trying to get a
Good times.
deluxe rooms. Woo.
Oh, hey. Every day they're out there spelling deluxe rooms.
Fuck. Fuck.
E's are blowing up in your deluxe rooms. XXSU, SU. There's an RR. Alright, that's fine.
Coming from the...
Better get some 2 O's. What to do? Just spell out the word deluxe rooms. We amuse ourselves.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki, the three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? While I was freezing my ass off. Even though I could have been in at least a regular one. If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
The guest rooms are divided by grade equality, or quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard rooms have so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the crummy rooms have severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your Ultimate Reserve Corps student talent?
Shut up.
Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer?
Hold on a second. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive fact that...
Is that like Fear Factor, but not starring Joe Rogan?
Huh.
I'd watch Decisive Factor.
Yeah.
Somehow, I feel like I understand what Nagito means.
Especially if it's not featuring Joe Rogan.
I don't understand what Nagito means.
Nagito's just being Nagito.
Oh, you know, that Nagato guy.
The killer among us. Killer who murdered Nekomaru. Whoa, how...
Maybe pause it if it'll let you? It might not let you.
Do we want to just pick Kazuichi because we think it's Kazuichi?
Yeah, I think I am, but I don't really understand how that has...
Seriously, I'm not the killer!
Shit. Damn it.
Oh.
I was sleeping in my room and I bolted out of my room after hearing the alarm. What's so suspicious about that? So, the last clue we got... Don't press anything because we can think about it now. Last clue we got was what?
The three of them were sleeping in soundproof rooms.
How many of those rooms were there?
There were 4. Who else had a soundproof
Was
room?
it Gundam?
But Gundam has an alibi, right?
Well, yeah, but none of
well,
the
except
alibis
we were
count for
just
that.
straight up discounting that alibi.
Well, let's assume for the game's sake that the alarm going off in the room counts as an alibi.
Okay.
But that raises another question, doesn't it?
Who was in? I don't remember who was in the other one. They haven't reminded us about that in a long time.
You were right. Gundam was in the other one.
Okay.
And he was out there with Kazuichi.
Oh, so why was he... Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
Okay.
Shit. Shit!
Damn it.
I started to notice he was behaving weirdly during this class
Yeah.
trial. Did I ship again only to have it end that
You might have
fast?
shipped some more characters to death.
Fuck! And we're still stuck with Kazuichi.
Yeah.
Fuck. Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What is wrong with that? The bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night. It is the universe's providence to stop it.
This sucks. I don't wanna.
Oh.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and we're still stuck with him. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Huh? Now that you mention it,
Why aren't you dead?
because I don't kill people despite all evidence to the contrary.
I shipped too thick. No.
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam? You have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment the alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Nekomaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with a wire.
How did he know?
We were thinking he was the other person who was around when,
Fuck!
Just call him Kazuichi Red Herring Soda. Because of the hair.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already in the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
Except that sort of makes the alarm have no point.
Yeah.
Because the alarm happened right before the rumbling. The point of it was trying to make people think
was
the
to
murder
drive out-
happened at 5:30.
Yeah, it was to drive out those who were in the room. It basically, it still would have gotten... Fuyuhiko would have come out to hear it, even if he wasn't in the
Okay.
lounge.
To set like a false timestamp on the time of murder.
Yeah.
Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if the two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a strong alibi. Unfortunately,
I hate this.
they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
So the killer couldn't go back to the room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm. Hey, what are you doing?
This ruckus, it is louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice.
Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down. If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but...
How ironic. The moment
No,
Fuyuhiko...
no.
Oh, how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam, please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself and my 4 dark devils of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
10. I got it. It was 10. I got it. It was 10. Guys, it was 10. Guys, it was 10. Got it.
Is he missing a hamster?
Well, there's one probably hiding in the coat.
Yeah. Huh?
The answer is 10. Yes. That is right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. A soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument?
You bastard. Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. Crack. At the time I left my room to go to the bathroom, by coincidence, I heard the alarm. That is right, that is all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I am being suspected by all of you. Seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with a majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Or is it?
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know?
Hey, what do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
There's dancing giraffes after this.
Yeah! Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Didn't I wonder at one point if he was in some way related to Junko?
Seriously, let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later and finish this opening act already.
You said opening act again?
Please hold on. We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning.
No, before that, earlier. Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
And now we get to the elevator.
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human would use the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it is an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? Here I thought it was already decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
Oh, there's the 4th hamster. That's wrong. something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome.
Like a baby hippo?
Like a baby hippo that was just birthed.
I'm gonna move to contact elevator, but I don't know.
Might be grabby time.
Yeah.
Might be grabby time because it feels like a.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumptions collapse. Like a house of cards.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there is no question that the following crime is impossible.
Would have been difficult if they had different if they had an accomplice. Oh, the secret something.
Pathway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
Is there another secret passage we didn't know about? Because the one that...
Does there have to be another one? Isn't the one sufficient?
Is he able to climb up into...
So use secret passage to shoot something. One of them.
So we'd have to climb up through the Grape House without any... We're going to do a weird climbing thing again, aren't we?
I mean, I think the idea is just if you know where the secret hatch is, you can get to it.
Yeah.
Find out what that is. Mistake.
Or maybe he got a bamboo sword. Maybe everyone has a bamboo sword.
Where's
Ah,
the...
maybe he took.
Where is it?
No, it's.
Oh,
it's a
we're going to grab the
Yeah. It's,
secret hatch and then shoot it. Only means of travel.
Assumptions collapse.
Broken at Grape House.
Not it.
Since I was Strawberry House at the time. Question impossible.
Different
Not
with an
accomplished.
accomplice. Secret passageway.
Absurd.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Either we stop this already.
Oh, it really is him.
Elevator was. It did exist. Only means.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't like this. No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Ladder. This gun.
Such a method does not exist.
Why don't you ask the person who actually used that method?
No, I get you.
Ibuki.
Again. Ugh. Nagito, you should know.
I should not know. Huh? What are you talking about?
Ow, ow, ow. The baby disagrees with this too. I'm getting kicked really hard.
Not happy about this whole Gundam situation.
It's really, he's really not, okay? He shipped it too, very briefly.
Oh, it's first ship.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, that's what I said.
Don't play dumb. Oh, sorry, Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right? Nagito, why are you here?
Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Geez, once again, I let the reserve course show off.
Fuck you.
But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry
I
House.
know what this reminds me of and why I hate him so much right now.
What's that?
It reminds me of high school when I went to a public high school, but my debate team competed in a private Catholic school league almost exclusively against private Catholic school boys. Now, mind you, we beat their asses. But,
What you described sounds way more satisfying than what's going on right now.
yeah.
After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise, I ended up in Monokuma Archive,
That's
which
right,
is on the
third
third floor of
floor.
Grape House. We can never talk about this room again.
Or we can talk about it at length. Meaning, the third and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Which is not that crazy. Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
We're sure about that? You don't have to play Russian roulette every time?
Yeah.
I mean, Nagato does, but
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Unlikely. However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
Well, they knew it existed. There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
What did you say?
I have your underwear.
oh.
You told me such good pet tricks.
Do not make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I am angry.
I get that reference.
I'm sad.
I think it's probably going to be the fact that the wire came from the final.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even if the turtles, you, good, you,
Oh, this one's the worst. I hate this.
spacious wormhole, in between how frail, I say, your decayed illusion.
Better look.
shall-
Burn sealed. This argument is exhausting. Just listening to it makes me tired.
You should try reading it.
Oh, killer breaks me. Okay.
Spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say, your decayed illusion shall. Oh, there's something.
Yeah. Boy, it is a good thing we bought those extra cuts.
Oh, yeah. I already proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage in the octagon.
Know the limits. You say the killer went to the octagon. Don't back. You cur. You don't want to drown in the melter of bright
God.
confusion. Pray.
What the-
Dwells in something.
He probably means try providing the evidence that the killer went to the octagon, right? If that's the case, I should have it too. Key which dwells in the light that will break through the darkness.
He understands because he has the underwear of knowing.
You say the killer went to the octagon. Don't back. You cur. Maelstrom of
Ah,
blind
fuck! I pressed the wrong
confusion.
thing.
And pray, which dwells in the light.
Whew, at least we didn't retreat.
Okay. Shit. That was just me pressing the wrong button.
Swords.
Went to the octagon. Don't back. You cur.
I believe it's bark.
But he also shouldn't back.
And I counter you. Damn. Why?
Yeah, it's not fun when it's someone you like.
Oh, the wire used to string up Nekomaru's body. I shipped it!
Oh, yeah. That's 2 ships. 2 ships have resulted in death.
Anybody who knows me knows that this is not surprising. My ships always sink, but not usually this fast. The hammer that looked like the weapon and the chain on the door in the tower, those are all items that weren't in the funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the octagon. There were
And
various
we're
weapons and
stuck
tools
with
there.
Kazuichi.
I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too. Don't forget your buddy Nagato.
I've accepted that we're going to be stuck with him. He's clearly too important to the plot. Since those items were used in a crime, there's no doubt the killer went to the octagon. They better not kill his hamsters.
Yeah.
They kill his hamsters?
Hamsters didn't murder anybody, so I don't know if you need to worry about that.
If that's the case, they obviously knew about the secret passage too, right?
Unless they did. It seems this is the end. Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
Hey,
it
wait
would
a
involve
minute.
comic books. No one liked it. But there's no reason to waste time on this opening act, so I'm going to end this right now.
No, wait, hey, what are you?
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape House, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So we tried to go to Strawberry Tower. Just like we did when we found the elevator was broken. But it's obvious that he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. And the button in the Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
It was playing the music that plays when we do the comic book segment.
Oh, was it?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties, but even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing had happened and come up with a different plan.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to the Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on, what did you just say? That did not battle.
Huh? What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. I cannot ignore those words.
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
Fools, you do not understand. You do not understand at all. You make me laugh. After all this time, you still do not understand anything at all.
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
What do you intend to do? Is it beat up Nagito?
Let's all beat up Nagito. Make ourselves feel better.
It is obvious. I am going to destroy your illusory assumptions.
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I would have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
No, but you could have just asked him to kneel down and show you, and he would have.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Oh. You used the hamster. Does that make the hamster an accomplice?
Oh.
Just as I thought. Truly frail. Succumbing so easily to the simple argument. It was just a mere illusion. Wahaha! You want to set me up as the killer. At least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I am satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I'll provide an argument that will leave you no choice but to be persuaded.
Time for rhythm games.
Oh, good.
I forgot how to do
I won't
it.
let you.
Right.
Don't forget about Fever Time. We love Fever Time.
Let
Yeah!
you.
Button mash, button mash. Is he even talking?
No, because you're shooting the words out faster than we can see them.
Oh.
This is exactly what I did. I don't know if I successfully did a single one of these the correct way.
This pressure.
You got fever time again?
This pressure.
I mean, it feels a little like we're cheating, but it also feels like, why the heck not?
Yeah. Negative.
Oh, he did negative time, so that canceled fever time. Or did it? No, it did it?
No,
Guess
I don't know. The 4 dark devas.
Yay!
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you had the power of the 4 dark devas of destruction you keep with you, I will respect him by not referring to my hamsters.
Ooh.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nakamaru's neck?
Look, your girlfriend climbed a bamboo sword.
Point.
Yeah, that shut him up.
Of course, that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would be possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw it with our very own eyes, right? Remember last trial?
Emissary of you.
Oh, this one too.
In accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox Sandy.
That's when we try to start remembering all their names.
Sure. We started way before then.
That's true.
That was one of the times we.
That was the main time this most recent trial.
Press the button.
Truly, this is the skyline levitation art of the demon mouse. Wahaha! Soon the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it,
There we go.
after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved a piece of wallpaper from the batten lighting.
They're
right?
really cool hamsters.
Great hamsters. We all agree. I hope they're going to be okay.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mekamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Gah! Ka! Wow! Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you just say you admit it?
And you made me voice the... You're both...
Probably wasn't on purpose. I don't remember.
It appears I have obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine. Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere.
You're speaking Nagito's language here.
Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own 2 hands.
Time for some comic books.
Oh, we're doing it anyway.
We're not going to let Nagato get in the way of a good comic book.
That's right.
All right, so let's
Clown
see.
door here.
eh.
You can highlight it and get the
And get the what is it?
question mark.
Oh, yeah, I know. What was that?
Who's the largest talking about? Well, since early morning, we don't have a food.
The door handle.
The door handle was, yes. See you tomorrow.
Not at that time.
Not that time.
Oh yeah. What happened at that
That
time?
was like 2:30 in the
Man,
morning.
he walks like a robot.
Tomorrow's weakness is we don't have the button. Okay.
Hamster and murder. There we go.
Yay.
Yay.
1 for 1.
Destroyed.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then there was a weird, creepy green monitor. Good times.
Big weapon. Okay, that's the hammer, which we don't have yet.
We got it.
Don't have yet.
Internal alarm.
Yeah.
beginning.
I think the...
What's the thing on the far right?
What?
The clue on the far right.
Nekomaru dangling in midair.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. This is... Yeah, not that
I
one.
think it was all the way back.
Hamster and murder is his weakness?
No, I think it'd be
No.
a picture of his button.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's the picture.
I mean, he's vulnerable to...
But that's not when he saw him.
What's that first one?
There?
Oh,
okay.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
odd, but
Obviously.
Oh, yep, there's a picture of the button.
My hamster breast.
No.
So that's a time thing.
here we go.
You got hamstered.
You got hamstered.
It's not
That's the
there.
hammer. There's the lunch. None of those. Oh, because the
no,
doorknob
no.
came off.
Yeah.
Classic knobs, am I right?
Knobs are the worst.
It was us!
Go.
We were a clue this time.
All right.
It did say final this
Gather the
time?
lounge. No, I think it said 3.
Okay.
People go to the tower.
Oh, we still don't have a hammer.
Yep, still waiting on the hammer.
Yep. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. There's the lounge. That's what we can't
Poor
see.
hungry, dead girlfriend Fuihiko.
Well, maybe he can hang out with Sonia now.
Yeah, there's several people who can now bond over, potential significant others being dead.
Oh. It's like half the people remaining
It's
at
true.
this point.
That's true.
God. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. Let's see here.
Like hamstering, scarves.
First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours.
Spin, spin.
Stop.
Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room.
Past the clown door. Hey!
Hi!
This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anyone else.
They should really lock up this gray, sharp-toothed guy, because he's responsible for a lot of murders.
Good.
Also nude all the time?
Yeah. That secret being Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building.
Clunk. He made a robot noise.
On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed to Grape Tower for a very specific reason. There, Fuihiko, who was in the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru.
Witness him!
According to Fuihiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuihiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m.
Let this be a lesson, kids. Never trust time.
That's also the same time Monokuma Tai Chi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that.
Clocks, watches, VCR clocks. You know, those VCRs that the kids
yeah.
still have. Your phones. Throw them in the water, kids. You can't trust that time.
However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower.
But he could do a crazy robot walk.
So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower.
Food Octava strike!
But the killer was waiting for him there.
Still could be anyone.
They're like hamster laser bolts.
Oh.
With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the goodnight button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
No.
There's a sentence I don't expect to see every day.
Power of hamsters used for evil for once.
This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with the metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building structure that they used to kill Nekomaru.
Dun dun.
Dong dong ding.
Then they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the door to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. See, this is what I wanted for, like, the last trial.
What?
Like a full explanation like this for what the hell had
what the
happened.
killer did the entire time?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the last one was rushed, so
Yeah. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret
She
passage.
strangled a Buki and then jumped out a window with a bamboo sword. What's to know?
So they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuihiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still in the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room. With no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock started ringing at 7:30, at 5:30, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuihiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob, but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking.
Doom.
Nekomaru fell from the fourth floor all the way to the first floor.
Kaboom.
He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse.
Dum dum.
However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuihiko.
Everybody looks so emaciated. It makes me sad.
Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to the guest room because Fuihiko was at the lounge. Someone is Gundam Tanaka. Can't think of anyone else but you. Those hearts?
What other hamsters?
Yeah, splendid. Wow, that was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Thanks.
Stop! Stop it already! Stop using weird words to avoid the truth,
It's everybody here.
or I'll friggin' kill you myself.
I cannot believe. I just cannot believe it. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it. Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka. My beloved deadly foes, let the voting time begin.
All right.
Yeah. Let's check our grade.
Hey,
Pretty
this
dang
isn't
good
bad.
scores, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder what 13 was. Nice.
I feel like we deserved higher than a B. What was
Okay.
13?
Well,
Only a couple. Yeah, only like 3 that were under 90.
what was 13?
There's only 2 that were under 90.
Anybody?
yeah,
Want to check
only
what
2 that were
13
under
was?
90. Yeah.
Does it show you? Oh.
Oh, whoops.
oops.
We're going to go ahead and do this next episode. It's going to be sad, so maybe you want to skip it.